Great. All right, Kevin. So for everyone watching at home, please introduce yourself. Tell us about you.
Hi, I'm Kevin Rinke, and I'd like to be your 50th governor of the state of Michigan. I'm not a politician, I'm a business guy. My family's been in the state since the 1700s. So actually, we've been here since before the state was a state. And I love the people, I love the state, and I'm looking forward to serving you, unlike any other governor has in your lifetime.
Yeah, thank you. And so please tell me how your background has led you into running in this race.
Well, what sets me apart from all of the candidates that are Republican as well as Democrat is over the last 30 years, because of my private business experience and my public business experiences in automotive and healthcare, in dealing with the people of Lansing for over 30 years, I'm the best qualified guy to be named the chief executive officer of the state of Michigan and to run that business for the people, providing honor, integrity, providing value and accountability, unlike they've become accustomed to, certainly under this administration.
Yeah, so another topic here. So, following the last general election, there's a lot of talk about democracy being at risk through voting methods or the soundness of our elections. What are your thoughts on that in the past and moving forward?
Well, I think that we've now had three presidential elections where the question of the result has been challenged. Al Gore challenged it, Hillary Clinton challenged it, and Donald Trump challenged it. And I look at it this way: there's a common denominator, and they're questioning the integrity of the election. And as governor, I'm going to work with the Secretary of State and the Attorney General to implement and enforce common sense rules and laws and regulations that benefit both Democrats as well as Republicans. Because my job is to run the business and run it well. And that's an element of running the business. So we're going to have clean voting rules. We're going to have people understanding that they can only vote once. We're going to have people properly registered if they wish to vote. We're going to have IDs that validate that they are who they say they are. And that's not unreasonable. It's not racist. It's not for Republicans or for Democrats. It's for Michigan. We need to have integrity in our elections. We need to have fair, safe, honest, accessible elections. Someone's going to win, someone's going to lose, but we can't doubt the result and maintain our republic or our democracy.
Yeah, thank you. And now another thing here. So, with the likelihood of abortion access being on the November ballot, what's your stance on that proposal?
Well, I happen to agree with Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Roe v. Wade was a terrible law. It should not have been implemented the way it was 50 years ago, in that each state, through its elected officials, should create laws that represent the people of that state. Now, I'm personally pro-life. I have the same position as Donald Trump and Ronald Reagan when it comes to that. I also recognize that as governor, I have to represent the wishes of the state. And I don't hypothetical provide answers or speculate what answers would be, but the people of Michigan through the legislature have to provide direction that represents them. And as governor, whether I agree with the laws or not, I will represent what is in the best interest of the people of Michigan.
Yeah, thank you, Kevin. And if elected, what would you do to improve access to mental health care resources in the Upper Peninsula?
Well, that's a great question because mental health isn't just unique to the Upper Peninsula. And we have a problem that we have to start working through. To determine mental health, one of the key components is literacy. And our public schools currently have roughly 50% of their students across the state that are illiterate. And what that definition is 1 to 3 years of reading grade proficiency below. Okay. So we have to start looking at literacy in our public schools. We have to take the burden off of sheriffs who are put into mental health caregivers and providers under the current situation. And we're going to have to develop some things that are respectful for the person suffering, that are respectful to our system, and that are accurate and allow us to help them. We've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, thank you. And now on to the next thing here. So if elected, what would you do to improve access to care for seniors?
Well, I'm not sure that I understand the question when you're saying access for care to seniors. What type of care are you referencing?
Sure. So two things here. In the Upper Peninsula, a lot of seniors are restricted on some of the access they have to certain treatments aren't available up here. They have to go to Wisconsin, downstate. Additionally, a report was released recently where the Upper Peninsula, particularly in the West, was voted as one of the worst places for being retired or for older residents to settle down.
Yeah, I saw that. Thank you for the clarification. I didn't understand. Part of my mantra is creating an environment for people to be successful. And that means that they are taxed appropriately. That means that their living environment is safe, that their communities offer a level of services that are reasonable and accessible. And we've got some work to do across Michigan because we have ignored what the true role of government is and gotten involved in all sorts of things that cost lots of money and don't provide the basics. And under a Rinke administration, you're going to see smaller government that identifies what it's going to do and provides real solutions and real access and value for the citizens of Michigan. And that includes medical services. I'll give you an example. Prior to auto no fault being dramatically changed under this administration, we were the #1 state in the country for phase 1 trauma centers. We had the highest level of skilled nursing. We had very, very unique access to specialized medical care and doctors that was the envy of the rest of the country. Since we eliminated auto no fault, those phase 1 centers are closing. They didn't just help people in car accidents, they helped people with strokes. They helped people with diseases. They helped people who were injured in non-car accidents at the highest level and got them the best outcomes. And I don't think that the legislature or this governor even considered the consequences of being influenced by the insurance lobbyist when she signed or they offered bill that's been put into place. So now we've got to fix it.
All right, thank you. And this will be my last question for you. Do you have any message for undecided voters right now?
Yeah. Look, everyone who is running, I respect. They're all good people. We're applying for the job of running the business of the great state of Michigan. And it's a $77 billion a year business with 48,000 employees and 660 departments. We have, as your choices on the Republican side, the best chiropractor in the state. Another one that's a choice, the best real estate agent in the state. We have the best pastor in the state. We have a great radio talk show host, and we have a proven business executive with private businesses that he's grown to the largest in the state of Michigan and the largest in America, 2 Fortune 250 public companies that he's participated with and helped them grow. He's done it in automotive and in healthcare, in a post-acute traumatic brain injury business, as well as an autism services business. And he's been in Lansing working, representing those businesses for over 30 years, and he understands how Lansing functions. Who do you want to run your business? The choice is easy for me. I know who I'm voting for.
Great. Well, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you taking some time to go over these responses with me and chat for a bit. So, again, thank you.
You seem like a great guy, and anytime you'd like to talk, I'll make myself available to you. You have a great
Awesome.
weekend.
I appreciate it. You too. Take care, Kevin. Have a
Bye
good
bye
one.
now.
Bye.
Yep.